Fall is the season of stylish boots and cozy sweaters, and it's also the perfect time of year for businesses and shoppers to get ready for the busy holiday season when cyber crime intensifies. Our next guest has practical tips and strategies to help us turn this season of change into a season of digital resilience. Here to share his insights is Nathaniel Gleicher, Meta's head of security policy. Hello, Nathaniel.
Hi, thanks for having me today.
Happy to have you on. So, Nathaniel, in a world where everything is increasingly connected online, why should we all be concerned about cybersecurity? What's at stake here?
Well, I do think people worry more and more about being safe online. The more of our lives are online, the more we think about it. It's easy to sort of be daunted by cyber criminals and all the threats that are out there. But I think the good news is that there are some simple tips and techniques that people can follow across the internet to help keep themselves safe and to make life much harder for cyber criminals. My team works with other teams across industry, across society, to build safe and secure places for people to connect and build community, and for businesses to reach their customers. A key part of that is giving people tools to keep themselves safe. So I thought it would be useful to join today and share some of those tips.
Okay, perfect. And Nathaniel, for those who aren't super tech savvy, what's one practical thing we can do right now to enhance our online safety?
The simplest thing that I recommend to everyone is that you turn two-factor authentication on for your online accounts. On Facebook and Instagram, you can turn this on by going into your security and login settings and selecting Use Two-Factor Authentication to get started. It's one of the simplest and most effective tools for protecting your accounts online. In addition to social media, I'd also recommend you turn two-factor authentication on for your banking accounts. I think people think about that often, but also for personal email. I don't think we always think about our personal email as part of our online safety and security strategy, but cyber criminals often begin by compromising personal email. So it's good to put protections like two-factor authentication around it as well.
And some people might think, oh, it's another thing I have to do, but it's another step towards safety. So you want to make sure you're doing that. And cyber threats are evolving all the time. Can you give us a sneak peek into some additional strategies that can boost our cybersecurity defenses?
Sure. I think another thing that we should be particularly careful of, especially now as we head into the holiday season, is unsolicited messages that end up in your email inbox or in your text messages that are maybe offering you a deal, a product that you want to buy, an opportunity to take advantage of. We know that cyber criminals will disguise themselves as legitimate sources to try to trick people and to try to gain access to personal information. One common technique is that they'll send you an email from an email address, or they'll provide a link to a website that is one letter off from a well-known and trusted brand. So if you're getting unsolicited messages and it looks like the deal they're offering is too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Take an extra minute, review that, and be very thoughtful about the links that they might be sending you.
I like that you pointed that out, Nathaniel. I actually fell victim to something like that. I thought I was getting a nice designer bag for like 80% off. It wasn't true. So you definitely want to take those extra steps. And passwords can be a pain kind of to manage. We have so many, especially with so many accounts. What's the latest advice on creating and managing strong passwords?
I think this is a really good place to focus because, to your point, I think people struggle, right? We have a lot of accounts online. You have a lot of passwords. You know that you should have strong, unique passwords for all your accounts, but it's hard to keep track of it. People end up using the same password, or maybe it's the same password, but they add a different letter to the end. And that's not very good from a security perspective, because it means if a cyber criminal can get access to one of your accounts, they get access to all of them. What I always recommend is what I do. Use a password manager to store strong, unique passwords for all your accounts. There are password managers built into a lot of web browsers, and you can also download separate programs that'll do this. It's really helpful because what it means is you have one strong password for your password manager, and you remember that one password. But then the password manager remembers all your other passwords. And it doesn't just make you more secure, it actually makes your life easier. Because whenever you go to log in to another account, you can set it up to autofill your password for that account. And that password is going to be really long and complicated, hard to guess, resistant to cyber criminals.
Nathaniel, I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more info real quick. You can visit meta.com.